When you get home from a college tour looking like a hobo, same. So, today, it's like running out of light really fast. I don't like the new time change because it's like, why don't we get dark at 5 instead of 9? So, kind of mad. With the last hour of sunlight we have, I'm going to be filming a tag video, and that is the, excuse me as I read the title off the paper, the Reader Problems tag. The creator of this tag was the user About to Read, and I was tagged by Paige from Page Book World, so thank you for tagging me. I'll link both those people down below. This tag just talks about issues that some book readers might have. Also, I'm going to be reading off of this, so question number 1. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? Depends on my mood, really. If I'm like, well, I want to go for a fantasy book, then it kind of narrows the selection. Sometimes I'll ask Twitter or Instagram, be like, what do I do? Most of the books I own because they have some sort of hype behind them, so sometimes I'll just take the book that I've been hearing the most about recently. I have a TBR jar, but so far anything I pick from it and I'm like, I'm gonna read that, I don't. So it's not a really good tool right now. Question 2 is, you halfway through a book and just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Depends on the book. I used to be totally opposed to DNFing anything. DNF means did not finish. So if I was reading something I didn't like, I would just keep it on my bedside table for months and be like, I need to finish this. And if I didn't finish it, I just felt like such a failure and I was like, oh my gosh, and then I would keep it. Nowadays, if I'm into something that is just sometimes I'll stop reading it and DNF it and say on Goodreads, did not like. I will never give a star rating to a book that I don't finish because I think that's unfair to give an author 1 star for a book I only read half of. That being said, if it's a book that a ton of people love, I will finish it. More recently, I've started putting down books if I don't like them, which is probably good because I have so many of them and I don't want to waste my time on the bad ones, but it is hard sometimes to be like, wow, I spent $10 on that and got 20 pages into it before hating it. Question 3. The end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far from your Goodreads challenge. Do you try and catch up and how? I haven't announced this yet, but I'm going to do a little sneak preview here. I am organizing a read-thon in December. I don't have dates worked out yet. That's coming soon, I promise. For anyone who needs to catch up on their TBR or their Goodreads challenge, this is a readathon geared toward that. That's all I'm gonna say. Right now, I'm good. Last year, I was over my Goodreads challenge, so I've never had a problem with fulfilling a TBR. For those people who need to get their TBRs on track and need to get more books read, graphic novels are a thing you should invest. Number 4. Oh, I'm really close. That was awkward. Number 4. The covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? Cat stole my answer, but literally my life. What to heck? My answer is, I do this. It's slightly better, but it still makes me hurt on the inside. I had a thing, okay, I need you guys' opinion. I had an idea a while ago that I was gonna make a video kind of promoting they make a hardback version of Shatter Me. Should I do that? I don't want to start this huge campaign like, give us a new cover, if it's just gonna be me. Just let me know in the comments if you think I should do some sort of campaign about a cover change for the hardback Shatter Me. I will totally post a video about it and try and get people to use a hashtag on Twitter or something to get us to get a cover change, but I don't want to do that if I'm going to be the only one doing it so I look dumb, so let me know. Again, question number 5! Everyone and their mother loves a book that you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? My actual group of school-ish friends / people that I text. I have a ton of friends that have mutual dislikes, which I feel is even better than mutual likes. It's definitely nice to have people like that. Mostly real life friends I bond with over that. Now, number 6, you are reading a book and you are about to cry in public. Same. How do you deal? I don't think I've ever actually sob cried in public, but I definitely let tears slip whenever. A lot of times, if I get tears in my eyes in class, I bend down and fiddle with my backpack, because if I'm in public, I'm always in school. I never read anywhere other than school and my house, so I don't know, but In school, if I start to get emotional, I'll pretend I yawned and been like, wow, haha, that yawn caused some tears. That's a good strategy, I think. So if you ever get tears in your eyes, just be like, oh darn. On 7, a sequel of a book you love just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the first 2 prior novels. Will you reread the book? Or skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? The example I'm going to use is Retribution of Mar Dyer. I had to wait a year and a half, tentatively, for the next one to come out between Evolution and Retribution, so I did reread the entire series. I had no memory of anything that happened in Evolution, so that was very much needed. And what's the other question? Do you skip the sequel? No. If it's something I love, then never. If it's something that I'm just kind of like, meh, then I'll read it. Another example was Miss Peregrine's Home for Pretty Children. Hollow City came out, and I hadn't read the first one in forever, but I read it anyway, and I was like, LOL, I don't remember any of this, but I still kind of worked it out in the end. I feel like I do that a lot. I realized stupidly afterwards there was a graphic novel for the first book, so I could have just reread read the graphic novel as a reread for the first one. So yeah, that's an option for like the Clockwork, no, no, what Clockwork, whatever that's the Infernal Devices. I'm so terrified of Googling anything about summaries of books because that is spoiler central. That's how I ruined the Legend trilogy for myself, was trying to look up something about it and being like, oh. So number 8, you do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope? I'm such a weenie that it's like, when people ask me to borrow a book, I panic and I'm like, sure, because I hear the word book and borrow, and it's like, in my head, I'm like, you need to read the book. Then I think about it and I'm like, they're gonna have my book indefinitely. They might dog-ear the pages. I've never said no to someone, so I can't really offer advice to you about this. Advice to my future self, if you will. Be like, the library has it. That's the least rude way to put it, I think. Number 9, reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the past month. How do you get over a slump? That's funny, because I'm actually a little bit slumpish right now. Typically, I would suggest, like I said, reading a graphic novel, because those are quick, or rereading your favorite book. However, I've already read Shatter Me, or rather Ignite Me, twice this year. I don't think I should reread more Shatter Me for like 3 times in 1 year is just absurd. So what I'm doing is I'm reading it in German. Don't take any advice from me, because basically what I'm telling you right now is reread your favorite book in another language to get out of a reading slump. I would just suggest to you rereading your favorite book, or revisiting a favorite book even. Just like scrolling through and being like, wow, I love Warner, is enough to like push me into reading something. I don't know. Number 10, there are so many new books coming out that you are dying to read. How many do you actually buy? If the book is like $11 on Amazon, then maybe I'll buy it. It just depends on the reviews I see of them. Typically, I don't pre-order any new releases. That's very rare that I do that. So I play it by ear depending on the reviews, depending on how much it costs online, etc., etc. And lastly, number 11 is, after you've bought new books, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to read them? It depends, honestly. Sometimes I buy a book intending to read it that same day, and I do. Other times I buy a book and it sits on my shelf for 2 years, which has happened. So it's random. It's most of the time. I would say an average is like 8 months. I feel like every new booktuber has a period of time where they just buy everything because they want to have beautiful shelves, they want to read so much. I'm starting to see all those books that I got and be like, wow, that's a lot of books. And now I'm kind of recognizing that I need to read these because it's been a long time. That is everything for my tag, or it's not my tag, it's the tag. I will link the channels of a couple people down below that I tagged to do this. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. I've been quiet all day at a college tour, so that's why I've been so this video. So yeah, that's about it. So thank you for watching this video, everyone. Hope you're having a nice November. You shaving? Me neither. Bye bye. That was weird. Do a normal one.